What's going on, guys? All right, so we're gonna keep it real. Let's go on through here, and I'm gonna talk about a couple of things, which are four that I do consider when I'm coming to my local plant nursery. All right, I really just wanted to get out the house today. I've been trying to get out the house for the last couple of days, but I keep finding reasons as to why not to get out. And today I said, you know what? I just need to go. By the way, I did not buy anything. They did not have what I was looking for, and a better way of me using my money is making sure that I buy the things that I truly, really want. At least that's what I'm telling myself for right now. But I believe it. All right, so let's get into this. Number one, when I come to a local plant nursery, I'm expecting to find a rare plant. Okay, if I just wanted a regular plant, and by saying regular, I'm not discounting the value because you all know that I have probably the most regular plants ever. What I mean is, if I want something kind of simple and basic and easy to get to, I just go to my local big box store. For one, the plant's going to be big. And for two, it's going to be a whole lot cheaper than what you're going to get at your local plant nursery. But I am here to look for a rare plant. I'm here to look for something that you just can't see in everybody's room, and most likely something that when I go to somebody's house who has plants, they're not going to have this plant. That's what I consider a rare plant. So it doesn't mean that it has to be expensive. It just has to be something pretty cool. My last rare plant that I bought was a heartleaf philodendron, the red heartleaf philodendron, and yeah, that thing died in less than 4 months. Everybody told me that there was going to be a tricky plant. I thought I could outsmart them, but I couldn't. All right, so now since we got that out the way of looking for a rare plant, we're going to go to the cost. So the cost of a plant is very important to me because I have to figure out, A, if I'm willing to spend that amount of money on this plant, and B, what value is this plant going to bring to me to make me want to spend this amount of money. You know, when I first started off, if I saw a plant and I could afford it, I got it. And what happened was is that I brought it home. The ones that, now mind you, this is early on in my journey, so the ones that did happen to survive, I realized I really didn't like them and didn't want them. I'm not going to call them out in my room because we're going to make sure everybody's treated fair. But I realized after keeping the plant that it just was, you know, and now that I have it, so I want to take a look at those prices because over here, the only thing that I don't like about my favorite garden center is that it's just so pricey, but it's like that at every nursery, so it's not just here. Y'all know I love you if anybody watching. All right, so take a look over here. Black gold. Yep, I got to point at it. This stuff right here is what I'm always talking about when I'm saying get you a good chunky potting mix. You put that in and you really don't even need to use perlite, but I use that with perlite and a little bit of indoor mix, especially for those monsteras, and we are in the money. Now, I don't mess around with no organic stuff because every time I get the organic stuff, I get a whole lot of bugs. I don't know what that's about because I thought organic was going to mean pure, but hey, it is what it is. I really wanted just to get a little top view of how these plants are looking from the heart leaf hanging down all the way to the ferns. And I walked my way back up here because I saw some signoniums and I kind of was tempted to get it. I looked down and saw that it was $22.99, which isn't too high, but I still think for a signonium that was pretty expensive. But they were pretty big. So again, I didn't buy anything and I wasn't interested in getting anything other than my sister's discolor. So I could be being a little bit harsh on the prices of these plants. But now since I'm in here and I know what I'm looking for, if I'm going to get a substitute, I have to make it make sense. And it's just the cost just wasn't making sense today. Care. The care for these plants definitely makes a big decision or make a huge deciding factor because if I get these plants after I decided that it's cool enough to get it and that I can afford it. Now I have to take care of this plant because who's trying to be replacing plants or buying plants just for them to die? I know I'm not. So care is definitely considered on two spots for me. Care at home and the condition that I bought it from the store. Now, if a store is treating this plants like crap, I don't want any parts to do with it because it's probably going to be some root issues or something going on that I don't even know about. That's not even fair for me to even take on that challenge. So those are those top three, and the fourth one that probably only pertains to me because I have so many plants now, is that I have to consider the future space. These plants grow, and if you want them to thrive, they're going to continue to get bigger and bigger, right? So where these plants go, these grow lights, either I'm going to have to get more grow lights, either I'm going to have to move them out the plant room, around the house, and wife is not going to like that. So I'm not really interested in buying plants that are just going to be growing huge. I'm more so interested in plants that kind of vine, because I can kind of maneuver those a little bit better. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get a spin around of the store right quick, and that's all I got for you. Y'all take care.